What's good? What's good? It's your boy, Kross. I hope everyone is having a pleasant afternoon. Sorry, I had no idea what time it was. Hope everyone is taking the time to grow, meditate, do whatever you got to do, develop your game plan in life, spiritually, financially, and, mentally, physically as well. So, hold on, let me push this back a little bit. So, I had like a couple of real discussions with some friends in the past like 24 hours. So the first one I wanted to discuss, right? I had made a post about the hermit phase in your life. You know what I'm saying? Now the hermit phase is pretty much when you go through this phase where you kind of detach from people. You know what I'm saying? You become like a loner, and symptoms of this is like when you don't have the desire to interact with others as much because a lot of times there'll be like a disagreement with mentalities. Um, you're more locked into studying, whether it's on YouTube, reading books, etc. You're just gaining knowledge of self. You don't really want to be around anybody. Uh, you lose interest in like a lot of things. Like you might have been a gamer, you're not playing the game as much. You might have loved basketball. You ain't playing basketball. You should even with reading. If you was a reader, you might not even read like that anymore. Everything is internalized at this point, and then it creates this cave. Well, your home becomes a cave, and you just don't want to be around too many people. And also, the interactions is difficult. Even though I said that, but it is a little more difficult. Now, I want to touch on that, right? There's going to be a couple of things I do touch in on this video. So, if you're at that point in life, right, if you experience these symptoms, a lot of times we don't know how to deal with it. Like for me, for instance, I've been going through that hermit phase for I don't know how long. You know, I haven't been interacting with people. I don't call anybody. I don't chill with anybody unless they're like minded. Uh, the only time you'll really see me is on social media, and that's the bare minimum. I'll usually post a quote that has something to do with my growth. Everything is like internalized. So, like, but as far as me replying to a message immediately, I mean, I might reply and then I'll ghost you, right after whatever, 2 minutes of conversation. You know, like I said, this is the hermit phase. So you start to learn things about yourself. You start to become who you want to be. Because, all right, when you're around a bunch of people, right, when you always have people around, the stimuli that you receive influences you. The stimuli that you receive from these other people influences you to do things that you may not do on the regular, down to the microscopic level. Like, you might say the word puppy more than dog, knowing that you're speaking about a grown ass dog, but because this person calls every dog that they encounter a puppy, you accidentally start to call them a puppy. That's an example of like stimuli influencing you. Stimuli is in your environment. Your environment influences thoughts. Thoughts create feelings. Feelings create actions. Actions produce results. So when you remove as much stimuli as possible, and I'm talking about organic stimuli like thinking creatures from your life, you're forced to focus more on yourself and not others. A phone call is a different thing. You know what I'm saying? A phone call, you have the option to ignore that. And also, the person is not in front of you. There's a different effect that a person has on you when they're in front of you as opposed to on a phone. On a phone, you can just have the conversation and just discard the whole conversation after you hang up. But if a person is around you, you feel like this sense of you're obligated to do certain things, to a certain extent. to a certain extent, but with each stimuli it varies. So you can't sit here and say that, oh, you don't do that. Every human does this to some degree, depending on the stimuli that's affecting them. Whether they like the stimuli, whatever the situation is. So, like I said, when you remove these stimuli, you have to deal with yourself, your thoughts. So you're gonna realize that you're gonna feel like you're thinking more. It's not that you're thinking more, it's just the fact that you're paying attention more to what you're thinking about. You're fully aware, you're tapping into your subconscious. Some of your subconscious is going into your conscious now at this point. So now you're able to be more present. You understand what I'm saying? Because there's no interference, there's nothing around you that can distract you. You know what I'm saying? People are the main distraction in other people's growth in life, and sometimes they're responsible for helping you grow. But when you reach a certain level in life, when you reach that hermit stage where you've gotten a certain amount of knowledge, like you studied enough, now you kind of figuring out who you are, and then now you get into conflicts with other people because of who you are, you lock even more into this hermit stage, and you seek even more knowledge because you're trying to figure out why there's so much conflict. But the conflict is the fact that you're able to express yourself in a really intelligent way that might be misunderstood to people with lower vibrations. And when I say lower vibrations, I don't mean that you're above an individual or whatever. You're just not on the same frequency. You know what I'm saying? It don't really got to be lower or high, but it's not matching vibrations, which I should just correct it and say that. It's not matching vibrations. An example, right? Me and Five God. And you can even put Hassan Campbell in the mix. We all have a similar mentality when it comes to, I call them low income demographics. Five Guy likes to call them niggas, and Hassan Campbell calls them whatever the fuck he wants to call them. But basically, when we speak like that, we're talking about the hood niggas that are toxic to our communities, the haters, the niggas that try to bring people down. You know what I'm saying? That prevent growth. We have the same outlook on them, but our individual approach to these situations are not the same. And that could cause conflict. But that's because we each reached a certain level in awareness, education, whatever, to where we operate our own way with these issues, you understand? And it may not match with each other, but we're on the same page in regards to the overall goal. You know what I'm saying? That's why if you hear Five God always tell me stick to the mission, he don't tell me step by step on what to do because he knows that I'm not a dumb nigga. You know what I'm saying? And Five God has helped me mentally at points in time in my life where I was looking kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? So he knows what I'm capable of, and he just lets me do what I do. He's just like, you stick to the mission. But anyway, that's an example of because Hassan Campbell's not a dumb nigga. He's not a dumb nigga. This ain't no video to slander him, and this is not taking his side either or anything. Still F him, but he's not a dumb dude. He has his approach with these situations as well that I had a conflict with. You know what I'm saying? And if maybe Five Guy have a conflict with me about my way of handling situations, but this is all because we all had our time alone to think about who we are and how we want to approach things in life through that hermit stage. And and these hermit stages can last however long, whatever. I don't know. But the hermit stage is absolutely essential to your growth. Because if you have people around you constantly, you're not going to know who you are because you don't get the chance to think about yourself. You're thinking about what other people's telling you, and that influences you in whatever way. You don't have the time to focus on self. When you're home and you get that urge like you have to go outside, that's because you're fighting against yourself. You're fighting against those thoughts that you have to think about. You don't want to think about yourself. You're too lazy. You got so wrapped up in the stimuli that's outside that you're not being your own stimuli. You're not understanding what's going on with you. So we like to call it boredom. No, it's just a lack of discipline, a lack of being able to deal with yourself and understand the concept of you, so you can be more efficient in life. You know what I'm saying? Or yeah, just so you can be more efficient in life in a nutshell. Yeah. So, and a lot of people fold under these circumstances. Like, you have people who resort to suicide because, all right, they're fully aware of what's going on, but it's too much for them, and they don't understand how to deal with these thoughts that they're producing, and it makes them want to remove themselves from Earth. You know what I'm saying? They want to remove themselves from God's plan, and that's unfortunate. But you know, if you would just give time to yourself, you can find a solution. And once you're able to deal with being alone, you'll be a very powerful individual. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to be unaffected by a lot of things. You won't feel the need to be enslaved by the art of selling to the Negro, which is a marketing tactic that still lasts to this day, where us black men, black women are really serious about buying name brand clothing, even though it's the same shit as any other product, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna do that because it's more expensive, and that's what the white man wants. They want us to buy the most expensive stuff. They want us to make ourselves broke so we can't actually excel in life. They want us to worry about name brand things so it can reduce, you know, the amount of money we can use to invest in other things. They want to cripple us that way. You know what I'm saying? And I was enslaved to that at one point. I was just enslaved to that. And once I realized I got enslaved to that mentality, I left all my designer in New York. And anybody will tell you that. I left every single clothing article that was designer in New York. And I wear work clothes all the time. You know what I'm saying? Y'all might say, oh, but what's this? This is just some shit I bought from Marshalls. You know what I'm saying? It was like fucking $7. I bought it. You know what I'm saying? You will never see me wear designer again. You know what I'm saying? Not for a record deal, because I'm comfortable with who I am. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't affect who I am as a person. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't change anything. It doesn't change my predicament. It might attract more women, but the woman that it attracts, designer, is broken woman who just want to look good. You know what I'm saying? They don't really give a fuck about you. They care about your dick, the way that you look, so they can look good. And if you have money, they want some of your money too. You know what I'm saying? They want somebody to take care of them, to be their father. But I went off topic. You know, embrace that alone time that you get. You know what I'm saying? Embrace that, love it, because a lot of people don't get that opportunity. You understand? Like, for a long time, I didn't get that opportunity, and I didn't realize that I was a loner. Until I got the opportunity to be alone. I was always in a relationship. I was always around people trying to please them. But once I went to solitary confinement in Southport Correctional Facility in 2013, I was in there for 9 months. I went home from that box. I realized, like, I allowed people to fuck me over, and I don't want nothing to do with people. Not trying to be a real nigga, none of this. I felt like I was highly distracted by people. And then when I came home, I still needed to be by myself because, all right, I decided to interact with more people. Now I was becoming violent towards them because I felt like if you were distracting me, you were a threat. If you were saying certain things I didn't like, I needed to handle you so you could get the fuck out my way. You know what I'm saying? And that was a wrong mentality too. I just needed to do the solitary confinement thing again. Stay away from people. I don't know if solitary confinement instilled this kind of institutionalized trauma where I love to be alone, but I love being alone. I love when I don't get phone calls. I love when people don't check for me. It makes me feel very happy. It makes me feel fortunate. It makes me feel like I'm on vacation all the time. You know? Even right now, I'm just with 3 dogs. And I've been this way, like I've it's about to be what, 2 weeks I've been alone. No, it is a little over 2 weeks I've been alone in this house watching rich people's dogs. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I have my little social interactions, phone calls and stuff like that, but barely any of that. You know what I'm saying? The only person that I talk to is the person that I'm currently dating, and that's not an all day thing. You know what I'm saying? And she's aware at this point that I'm not really a social individual. You know what I'm saying? And she's a busy woman, so it works out. She works hard. She's family orientated. Almost drooled, sorry. But she understands that. So it works out for me, because I can't deal with people that want me to give them a lot of attention. I am not a social individual. I can do this all day though. I can do YouTube because I'm not going back and forth with somebody. I'm saying what I have to say and stepping out of the conversation. This is what this is for me. That's why I had to acknowledge the fact that I do love YouTube. It's bigger than money. It's more of a therapy for me. I get to express myself, and some people enjoy it, some people don't. But I noticed my whole life, people enjoyed what the fuck I had to say. You know what I'm saying? To the point where y'all might think that Hassan Campbell put me on to YouTube or Five God. Nah, I was already making these type of videos on my social media. My friends say, I think you should go on YouTube. Like, you would have a real successful channel, and they were right, because my other channel almost got 1,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Like, just off of talking. Just talking to myself. A lot of people can't talk for 30 minutes straight. I can do that. It's fun to me. And it keeps you sharp because you get to keep track of who you are. You know what I'm saying? Whether, you stuttering too much, or you realize you're cursing too much in your videos, or you sound a little negative, whatever the case is, it helps you keep track of yourself. So I enjoy this. And I enjoy watching other people express their notions because I can learn from them. You know what I'm saying? I have the option. It's not like somebody coming up to me and trying to force knowledge. It's just I have the option to learn from this, whatever. And then also when I feel like trolling, I do my little trolling thing. I know me. But yeah. So appreciate that hermit stage, man. Like that's a beautiful thing. It's very effective in your life. I'm telling you. Now, there was something else I was going to talk about because this is going to be a pretty lengthy video. Oh, wait. Yeah, matter of fact. So, people are wondering, right? And this isn't something that's been going on. This is like my personal life because at one point in time, people seen me wearing, my kufi and stuff like that. I'm not Muslim. I'm not Muslim. What that was me practicing Islam. I was trying to see if this is something that I wanted to do. What I realized is I take a strong liking to the Islam culture. I do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of my family members are Islamic, and one of my cousins in particular, my cousin Robert, he's really heavy into it. You know what I'm saying? Even my uncle Robert, my uncle Robert, like they both named Robert. That's crazy. I just realized, but he's into Islam. None of us. I mean, my cousin took his shahada, of course, like he's full Muslim. But me and my uncle didn't take our shahada, but we practice. We're into like whatever works. You know what I'm saying? And how can I put this? It's like, for me, I'm gonna speak for self, right? What religion, humanity's been around for millions of years. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to just say like, yo, I'm gonna be this or I'm gonna be that, because I don't know anything about the world. I'm not even an infant to the world. I'm like a fruit fly to the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have any years in. Like, even if I'm 80 years old, I still don't have any years in. I can't compare to how long this world existed. You know, so how can I just accept something that I don't really fully understand, and I will never fully understand it? You know what I'm saying? Just one thing. I'm better off just acknowledging the fact that I believe that there is a maker, and I'm going to follow what I think is correct, which means the plans that they had instilled for me, which is take care of your body. Like, you have these natural resources that you're supposed to eat. Don't manipulate it. All right, I'm going to listen to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do that. All right, I'm not going to hurt anybody. I'm not going to steal from anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do anything that inconveniences the next person. And I'm not going to do anything that inconveniences myself. So I feel like that's how you build a relationship with God. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people pray. I'm not going to front, I don't pray. But that doesn't mean that I don't have a respect for God. The way that I show my respect for God is by being as disciplined as possible. And that is a hard thing to do because, you know, we like to do our thing. You know, some of us smoke, whatever the case is. But I try on a daily basis to take care of myself and make sure I have things taken care of without interfering with what other people got going on. Just out of respect for life, for the universe. You know, I'm putting love out by doing that. And I'm a strong believer in that, you know. And that's my take, you know. You might see me wear a kufi here and then talk from a Christianity kind of outlook. But, you know, I don't proclaim any religion. I haven't claimed any loyalty really. I just find that there's a lot to learn, and am I gonna dive into all of it? No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm just gonna take what matters to me, what I think is important, that, you know, whatever, and which is respecting yourself and respecting other people and moving on. That's about it, you know. Impart yourself. Let me get another glass of water. Okay. Now the next thing I want to talk about. And this is for my people who want to do good, but they're having a hard time because, like I said, that those stimuli that interferes with your decision making, you know, and it knocks down your discipline. So like, and we're gonna talk. This is hood niggas that really want to leave shit alone, but they having a hard time. This is what I gotta say, man. Life requires sacrifice. You're gonna know what sacrifices you need to make, and if you don't, and you don't understand the strategy on, you know, actually identifying if a sacrifice is worth it, there's something called the risk reward factor. A risk reward factor is like, basically, is the risk worth the reward? Like, for instance, is smoking cigarettes worth my health? No. So the risk is not worth it. You cut that off because there's a better reward. That's the concept. That's how you have to look at every sacrifice that you make in life. For me, I'm gonna give y'all personal experiences, right? Because everybody knows on my old channel, y'all seen I was just in the trenches. I was just doing shit I wasn't supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? You can see the energy. You can see that people kind of distanced themselves from my channel because it looked like I was in a dark place, right? You had some real individuals that was checking on me and actually worried, like, yo, Kross, like, what happened, bro? Like, I see, like, what the fuck, bro? Like, what happened to the positivity and all that? you know, I had a problem leaving the streets alone. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I had a problem leaving it alone because I had a lot of friends. Like most of my friends is from the trenches. Like outside of my high school friends, most of my friends are my high school buddies. Like my best friends is from high school. As far as the streets, growing up, people, all of my friends is in the streets till this day. So I had this concept where I didn't want to just leave them there. I always would go check for them, and they know that. They know that I had no reason to go to the streets. That I was in a better position in my life, you know, and I didn't really need to be in the streets, and they respected that because they know that I love them, like dearly. Like for me to just risk my life to be out there in the trenches not doing shit with them, you know what I'm saying? Like, getting money or whatever, they respect that. Buying liquor, lighting up, they respect that. Anybody will tell you nah, he every time he pull up, he show love. If he don't show love, it's because he ain't got it. But every time this nigga pull up, he's showing love. But the negative side effect to that is because I was transitioning out the hood, even though I went back. I ended up going back, but I was still in the process of transitioning out. They were in my way. They didn't put themselves in my way. I put them in my way. I picked them up and just said, here, here, here. And guess what? That blocked my vision, as you see. That blocked my vision. And then what happens is you get derailed and start doing shit that you're not supposed to be doing, which ended up happening. And then me doing things that I'm not supposed to be doing, I remove myself from God's plan by doing that. And guess what? God don't like the fact that you folded on the contract. So guess what? He's gonna make you answer for it. And that's what happened. And he forced me to have to be myself. He forced me to make a decision. He forced me to say, nigga, it's either you gonna give this shit up or you're dead. That was his options for me. And what you think I did? Nigga, let me sign the contract again. My fault. You know what? I'm bugging, God. I am bugging. Cause I have businesses and stuff. Yeah, like we signed the contract. Like, fuck. So guess what? I signed my contract again with God, and things got better rapidly because I'm dead serious this time. This is the sacrifice that you have to make. You have to leave people that you love alone. You have to leave jobs. You have to save money and not buy what you want. Sometimes you may not be able to talk to your kid. Sometimes you can't go out and go fuck all these bitches. You have to lock the fuck in, bro. That's what it's about, nigga. Because at the end of the day, the only person that's going to save you is you. Nobody's going to save you. Nobody's going to be there for you. I don't give a fuck how loyal you think these motherfuckers are. I don't give a fuck what you think. At the end of the day, you're going to be the one that pays for everything in regards to you. Because if shit get too real with you, nobody's going to be there. And if you relied on people your whole life, guess what? You're fucked. And guess what? I was fortunate because I didn't ask nobody for shit. Most of my life. Did not ask nobody for shit, nigga. I always had it. If I didn't have it, I just was not around. I didn't deserve to be around if I didn't have it. But when I got it, that's when you see me, bottles, blah, 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 or whatever. You just see me in the area. You know what I'm saying? But now, it's just a nigga's not around, and the nigga will never be around. A nigga will never be accessible the same way that he was, because I realized who the fuck I am. I realized I'm a fucking genius because I was alone enough to realize that. I realized that I have a talent that a lot of people don't have. I have many talents that people don't have. You know what I'm saying? And I'm walking around like I'm not a walking gold mine. You know what I'm saying? That's the way that you have to look at yourself. You have to identify who the fuck you are. And once you identify who you are, you know your worth. You know what I'm saying? You know your worth and you know how to move. You're not even want to talk about your worth. I don't talk about my worth. This is one of the first times I talk about my worth, like on a sincere level. You know what I'm saying? Any conversation previous to this, fuck that. I'm talking about right now in 2022, whatever today is, on this Sunday, bro. I know my fucking worth. I understand it. I'm not freestyling. I'm not just saying shit that sound good. I understand my worth. I get it. I know who I am. So why the fuck am I making myself accessible like that? I should be moving like fucking 50 Cent. I can't be reached. You can't talk to me. Cause that cost me. You know what I'm saying? And I had a friend named Ty. He had that mentality, but I ain't understand it. I thought I understood it. But Ty, I understand. I understand. You can't access the nigga. You can't talk to the nigga. That nigga tell you, why you talking to me? Yo, man, go away, bro. Go away, man. Just go, bro. I understand that now. I fully understand that. And it's crazy. Because the nigga was telling me that's what I needed to be the whole time. Thank you, Ty. That's positive stimuli right there. When you have brothers that try to elevate you, sometimes you may not understand it. But you're going to be able to, if it's something genuine, you're going to be able to use that gem. At some point in time, it may not be at the time that you think, but you're going to end up like going right back to that. And that's why I'm saying that. Thank you, Ty. You helped me a lot with a lot of shit, my nigga. Salute to him. Y'all gotta make these sacrifices, bro. I know it's hard. Some people might have done things for you. That's in the past. It don't exist no more. What's going on right now is, if you thinking about what you have to sacrifice, that means you're in a tough position where you feel like things gotta change. You know that sacrifice is gonna bring change. So that's what the fuck you gotta do. I only kept 2 friends. 2 friends from New York. Everybody else, I'm not checking for them. I don't check for them. I don't care what's going on for them. If they pass away, I don't care. It's not no animosity either. It's just this is the sacrifice that I have to make. You know what I'm saying? Because it is what it is. I have to take control of my life. I didn't have control of my life when I was in New York. I was doing bad when I was in New York. I'm not doing bad no more. I'm in the fucking millionaire's house right now, watching their dogs. These are my first clients. Look at me. I look like a hoodlum. I never thought that I would have my own $1 million client ever in my life. I've had clients for my dog walking business, and it was cool. This is different though. I love this. I love this shit. I created this opportunity myself from scratch. I did it. Nobody helped me. You know what I'm saying? People motivated me and put me in a lane like that, kind of guided me towards this direction, but I sealed the deal. I closed my first deal with a millionaires in a high tax bracket area. If y'all understood business, do you understand what that means? That means that I'm gonna be the main pet service in this area over time. I just gotta work hard. I gotta legalize my business now. When you make sacrifices, other doors open for you like this. You know what I'm saying? The hood doesn't have no opportunities for you. They have opportunities that you're comfortable with. But you don't want to be comfortable at any point in time in your life because you're gonna fucking fall off. Right now, I'm not even comfortable. I love this shit. Yeah, I'm not comfortable because I know that there's things that I have to do. You know what I'm saying? This isn't where it ends. There's more. There's more to life. I want to pay somebody else to do this shit for me. I don't want to be the one doing it. I want somebody, yo, Mike, yeah, so I got a pet sitting gig for you. It's for 2 months, all right. So they're paying 6,000. Go ahead, you just whatever. Give me 2,000. You take 4,000 out of that. And then also, I got some handyman work. They said that you can come with me on my handyman work, so you're gonna make more money. Don't worry about it. That's the type of nigga I want to be, and I'm in a position to make that happen. And I love it. You should love it too. You should love the opportunities that you can have. You should. And the way that you show that you love it is by working towards it every fucking day. Even me doing these videos, it's work. It's work. It's a reminder that I am not who the fuck I was yesterday. I look at my old videos and laugh at myself because that's no longer who I am. I am not this ruffian. I'm not this clown. I'm a businessman. I'm really a businessman now. You know what I'm saying? I attract certain people now because I enhanced my way of thinking. I took the time to be alone. I was just alone for fucking 5 months without hanging out with anybody. Nothing. The minimal amount of phone calls. The whole time I've been in Georgia, I probably got about in 5 months, about a good 10, 12 phone calls. That's how locked in I was in. That's how locked in I was. My friends knew it. They're like, this nigga's locked in. This nigga locked in, yeah, nah. Let me leave this nigga alone. I go check in or whatever. But this is the shit I have to do, man. Do it just do it. Like this fucking shirt right here, just do it. You know, that was just a coincidence. I know I have the shirt on, but that's not why I said that. Just do it, man. Make a plan. How much money you want to make? You know what I'm saying? Just think about it this way. You know what I'm saying? To y'all brothers that's in the hood. Aren't you tired of seeing dog shit on the floor? Smelling garbage? Hearing ratchet bitches walking around? Don't you want to like take a flight to Italy and have some like pasta made from scratch? Like spaghetti sauce made from scratch, my nigga? You look down the street, you see nice Italian woman walking around, something that you're not used to seeing. No, I'm not straight Italian. She talking whatever fucking the Italian language. You don't know what the fuck this chick saying. You just looking like, you know what I'm saying? You fly as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like you up, all the way up, looking classy, looking remarkable, like remarkable bank account, beautiful. You know what I'm saying? You don't even need no girl. You know what I'm saying? Nice car. You can go on any vacation that you want at any point in time. That's the type of life I want. That's what I envision. This is what I dream about. This is what I think about every day. Me walking down the street somewhere in a different foreign country, not Florida, not Las Vegas. That shit corny and played out to me. I'm talking about nigga just in fucking Maldives watching fucking fish. Like you in an underground hotel. I mean, an underwater hotel, seeing fish. Just nigga, that's the shit that I like. Or you go to this, I forgot where this place is at. You eating and the fucking giraffe put their head through the window and you feed the giraffe. That's the shit I think about, my nigga. I don't think about Miami and fucking Hollywood and no. I think very big, you know what I'm saying? Like very big. So I need big money for this. And I feel like y'all owe yourselves these type of thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you have kids. My baby mother and my son travel. I don't get to travel with them. You know what I'm saying? And that's on me because I have to play catch up with my life. But they enjoy their life. They take flights. Fuck. Like, where they went to fucking, where was it? Bermuda? I love it. It makes me happy. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate my baby mother for that. Because she looks at life differently. You know what I'm saying? At one point, I ain't gonna hold you. I was like, what the fuck? But that's a woman. And I appreciate her. You know what I'm saying? Like, for showing my son the world. You know what I'm saying? Holding it down. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? Just to be able to. It's crazy, man. Look, that shit is crazy, bro. But that's just good to think about, you know. That's the type of shit I think about. That's what life is about to me. Seeing the world, seeing different cultures. You know what I'm saying? Getting away from all the negativity. You know what I'm saying, man? That's all it's about. That's really all it's about. But I feel like I taught you I had off enough. Y'all have a good one, man. I'm about to go play the game. I feel like playing the game. I'ma holla. Run Kross out. Battery died. Fuck.